So what does Islam teaches about Jesus?
Here again, we find some parallels with Christianity, and we find some common ground, but we also find some differences. And the parallels are actually can be pretty interesting. Islam agrees with Christians that that Jesus was born of a virgin. And that's interesting. I mean, who else agrees with us that Jesus was born of a virgin? Islam does. Muslims agree with us that Jesus performed all kinds of miracles, such as, cleansing lepers and even raising the dead. So we have some awesome parallels in that Jesus has a virgin birth. He lives the most miraculous life in history, and also that he's the Messiah. The Quran identifies Jesus as the Messiah. So these are some very interesting parallels that you can talk about with your Muslim friends, but the differences here again are also very important, because what you find is that Jesus didn't die on the cross according to Islam. He didn't rise from the dead, and he's not Lord. He's a merely human prophet of Islam according to the Quran. So the reason these things are very important is, Jesus spent a few years with his disciples and taught them all kinds of things, but the takeaway message, when you see them go out in the book of Acts and you see what they're preaching, the core of the gospel was it's a message about Jesus' death, resurrection, and divine nature. That's where they went. That's what they preached wherever they went. He died on the cross for sins. He rose from the dead. Now he's your Lord. So that's the core of the Christian gospel. We're also told that false prophets are going to come. False prophets, false teachers are going to come. They're going to corrupt the message. And then Muhammad comes along and he says, hey, you Christians, I agree with you. I agree with you that Jesus is born of a virgin. I agree with you that he performed miracles. I agree with you that he's the Messiah. But there are these three little things that we have to get rid of. He didn't die on the cross. He didn't rise from the dead. And he's not Lord. Now, if we can get past that, we're good to go. And of course, the Christian response should be, wow, we've been waiting for you, buddy.
Absolutely.
You are the perfect example of a false prophet. So anyway, that's what Muslims believe about Jesus. You got some common ground, but massive differences on the essentials.